American football is one hell of a sport, and here in the States, it truly gets the blood pumping. I mean, whew, just watching people get tossed around is incredible. Now, in the history of the sport, I'm sure there's a lot of potential GOATs. However, I'd like to bring a new character to the conversation as we see how well Mr. Krabs would play in the NFL. As a true-blooded American, I know a lot about the sport of football. Most importantly, I know that you want to be fast, you're not going to be throwing the ball. Meanwhile, if you're harder to bring down and you're running the ball, you're going to have a better time running through the opposition. And I also want to talk about his height. I kind of had to mess around with it and play around with his height just for this idea to even work, and you'll see why. Eugene Harold Krabs normally stands at a whopping 7 inches tall. Very tall, very tall. Now, really, because of this, I knew he needed to be scaled up. So I went with my patented door method. Although, you know, when trying, my calculations were really rough. I got like 6'6", and I knew he was not going to be Freddy height. But thankfully, I found the work of user panic_exception on Reddit. How the mighty have fallen. Now, I will say these numbers aren't accurate to the world of SpongeBob, but they are accurate to our world, which is why I'm using them. In total, Krabs would be 197 centimeters tall, with his eye stalks being 81 centimeters, leaving the rest of his body, so from the base of the eye stalks below, to be 116 centimeters tall. Now, this is where things start to get absolutely bonkers. I mean, like, batshit insane. To start, when looking for Krabs' speed, the absolute fastest I could find was that he was comparable to SpongeBob. SpongeBob is very quick. Some even say he's the quickster. But I mean, who really knows? I don't, and I'm sure you don't either. Point is though, SpongeBob and by proxy, Mr. Krabs are, and I quote, massively faster than light. This is due to SpongeBob pulling the universe apart by a string, which apparently puts him around 8.2 times 10 to the 78th power times the speed of light, according to the hit internet show Death Battle. Seriously, what the hell is with these characters? I feel like every time I do one of these, I'm going to get to the speed, and it's going to be insane. I thought Freddy Fazbear at 27.27 miles per hour was crazy. Why is Mr. Krabs 6 bazillion times faster than the speed of light? What the hell? With that speed in mind, I think it's safe to say Krabs is running the ball. Meaning we will want to know some sort of weight to tell if he's going to be easy to bring down or not. Because if he's like, 10 pounds, then who cares? Once again, I failed everybody. And I couldn't find a reliable weight, at least at this size. Though, I do want to be honest and say that it never actually mattered, so I don't care. And the reason is because they did not call him Armor Abs Krabs for nothing. Because he's got the armor abs, it leads me to believe that tackle attempts would be of no use against him. And that's also not mentioning the fact that anyone who tried would explode into red mist upon impact. Krabs would obviously be a running back, as it'd be easy for him to get the ball due to not needing to catch it in that position, and from there he just needs to run. There's not much else to say. I do think he can actually hold the ball, get that out of the way. It's not going to be like a can he dribble, can he shoot. He can hold the ball. I'm okay saying that because he held the world's smallest violin and played it, so he's clearly very delicate when he needs to be. Aside from that, that's really it. With all of that done, how the hell do we stop this guy? Seriously, like what would we do? Well, Krabs is greedy, so you might be able to distract him with money. The downside being that it would have to come from the people in the stands. Another problem with that is that he would likely have an insane contract. So, while he is greedy and is likely to fall for a distraction like that, he might also be more influenced and persuaded by the money he could make winning. I'll be honest and I'll say that's the only idea I had. The only one. It's not like you can tire the guy out. He's stood still for 3 days, cried non-stop for 4 days, and worked 43 back-to-back 24-hour-a-day shifts at the Krusty Krab. Krabs would be a monster on the field, the likes of which have never been seen. I suppose there is one good thing about this, though, if you really want to look on the bright side. It would be fun as hell to watch.